Keep It or Change Cars, the motoring podcast with news, views, and interviews.
Welcome back to the Keep It or Change Cars podcast. I'm Nick Nash, your host as always, and I'm joined with Michael. And for a change, guys, today I arrived in studio.
Let me say it. Come on.
Okay.
Let me say it.
Go ahead and say it, Mike.
For the first time ever, and I mean ever, in 64 episodes, I arrived before him. That is my story, and he's going to verify it.
Yeah, that's true. But there's only one reason, because this time around I'm not from work. I'm not from home. I'm from the airport, so it's out of my hands.
So a day like today, nice early start.
Yeah, early start for me. I've been working the whole day from a launch.
What do they call it? The red-eye flight.
Yeah, red-eye flight, but I wasn't on the red-eye. I took off in Cape Town around 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So it was a bit delayed. It was delayed by an hour, flight FA, so we took off at 1, but I still landed at 2:30.
Amazing. Now launch, what did you go to?
We went to the MG launch, MG3. It's a small hatchback.
Very, very nice. And your initial impressions?
It looks good. Pricing starts at a good point, but when it goes all the way up to for the hybrid version, I think that's where they lose in the plot a bit.
So what's interesting, a lot of people are always saying now the Chinese models is this expectation that it has to be low. What's the starting point roughly?
269,000 rand.
Now, at 269, are you keen?
I am keen. We just didn't get to see the one that cost 269. We were blessed with the higher specification ones, yeah.
Now I'm always intrigued. You have a launch, you've got the base model, which is always going to be the mass seller.
Yeah.
Why don't they have that there?
I think maybe they're trying to throw us off. Well, in my view, I think like that, because I think if the entry level doesn't impress us, then we won't like the whole car as a whole. But if the top of the range will impress us, then we would think that the entry level is a good car as well.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's like that.
But the MG brand is doing well in South Africa. All the dealers that I speak to, they believe in this brand. The journalists, do they believe in MG?
Yes, the way they were speaking, a few do believe in them. Just in terms of volume sellers, I think that's where it comes a bit tricky, because for this MG3, I asked and they said they're looking at selling between 300 to 400 a month. And personally, I don't see that happening.
Not a chance. Is that going to happen, 300 to 400?
No, because that means they need to take from someone. And if they're taking from someone, they're competing with like a Suzuki Baleno, Toyota Starlet, Hyundai i20, Polo, Vivo, and the Polo as well. So
some serious big names established and doing well, deservedly so. What are you driving today?
I'm in the BMW 2 Series, 218, yeah.
And does that impress you? You're a BMW fan.
I'm a BMW fan, but no, doesn't
Really?
impress me. I don't like the car. I don't say that a lot, but I don't like the look of the car. The 2 Series as a whole, I've never liked the 2 Series.
But you said that before. Initially, when it came out, it didn't wow you.
It didn't wow me. I just don't like the look of it. So this is the 4-door, not the 2-door one that we see on the streets. This is the newer one, the 4-door. I don't like it at all. Driving it, yes, it's a good car to drive. Feels good. You can feel that in a new age BMW, but the look of the vehicle for me, no, not at all.
I've always said a car's got to go well and it's got to look good. If it doesn't look good, I'm not even a starter. Talking about starting price there?
Starting price, you're looking around 800,000 rand.
800,000 rand as a starting price, and it doesn't wow you. Engine in this?
It's a 1.5 litre turbocharged.
I must say, I cannot see myself buying a new car again for a long, long time. I don't know if it's just me, but I am smitten with all my older stuff. Any other launches coming up?
We have, there's the VW Tyrone launch next week Monday. So we're shooting this on a Thursday, and then next week Monday there's a VW Tyrone launch. So I'm looking forward to that.
Now, you know what's happened with Ford, and let me share some incredible news. Am I a Ford fan, by and large?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
Not really. However, they're winning me over. Ryan Sill and Manesh Baglu, you took me for breakfast. What impressed me? When somebody wants to right a problem, isn't that enough for you?
Yeah, because they're owning up to the problem and trying to basically go forward.
100%. If I say to you, not an ounce of arrogance, not an ounce of cap in hand, just the right balance. Michael, we're listening to you. We're listening to the public. Truly well done. Guess what? I'm test driving next week, Tuesday, for 4 days. A Ford.
Okay.
But a big boy. What is a big boy in the Ford range? Not a double cab. Don't send me a double cab. No. The Everest Platinum.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Now, interesting. You say that's nice. Now, the Everest, again, never been on my radar, but because I met with Ryan, what was he driving? Everest Platinum. When you see this car, instantly, it just looks so good. How's the look of that car?
It looks quite good. I like the seats. I like the interior. The seats are quite good on that vehicle.
So I'm very honest. I only saw it from the outside. So in the next podcast, I'll tell you about the interior. But I'm very, very excited. And Ford, talking about Ford, the sales are continuing to grow and grow. What is it about Ford that people love that Ranger so much?
It looks good. It looks good. I know it's not your number one in terms of looks, but I think people just like the look of that car. It looks quite good. The wild track in specific.
For sure. But now another brand that deserves a little bit of a shout out today, but for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
You love BMW?
Okay.
Sound similar? Who do you also like?
I hope you're not going to say VW, but I love VW as well.
So I've always been a VW admirer, and I use the word admirer. I love the brand. I love what they've done in the past. I love the following they've got, but I'm massively disappointed in VW South Africa and their service backup. You know what I do for schools. What do I sell to schools?
Buses.
Correct. The VW Crafter. I punt them very, very highly because I like the product. 2024, 30,000 kilos.
Okay.
Sold to a school, special needs school in Soweto called Pumla School. I can share the name because they deserve so much credit for their patience. June this year, the bus is less than a year old.
Okay.
Gearbox, kaput. 30,000 kilos.
So still under warranty.
Still under warranty. It's under a 5-year warranty because it's got a 5-year, 120,000 kilometer maintenance plan. Let me be crystal clear. VW didn't argue about fixing it. That's not the problem.
What is the problem with the VW?
Short answer, long answer.
How you know where that goes?
There's no short answer. So to VW's absolute credit, they did not question whether it should have been fixed under warranty. So no problem there. It stood for 2 months at a VW dealership, a McCarthy VW dealership in the south of Joburg, 2 months before they even started. What made them start?
Following up.
The principal reached out to me after 2 months of being patient, saying our kids are standing every morning half an hour earlier because the bus that we've got has got to do 2 cycles. 2 months later, I reach out to their credit again, because credit where credit's due. They actioned it immediately. But after 2 months of waiting, I CC'd Martina Biene in on this, brought it to her attention. Do you think she's replied?
The fact that you're asking, I'm going to say no.
Correct. Then, 2 in 1 week, we sell a vehicle to a school in Worcester under factory warranty, under maintenance plan. It goes for a service.
Still VW.
Still VW,
Okay.
VW Crafter again. Routine service, comes back, it's leaking oil. Badly. Now, went in not leaking oil, comes back leaking oil. What do you think the VW dealership, NTT VW, wants to charge the school to fix it?
No idea.
15,000 Rand. 2 problems. Number 1, even if it went in leaking oil, it's under guarantee, it's under full maintenance plan, there should be no charge. You get a hold of the right people there, oh, we made a mistake. We thought it was under a service plan, not a maintenance plan. So VW, you're on my radar. It's not a warning. I'm just saying I expect everything for the customer first time always. Whether it's Toyota, VW, Nissan, Suzuki, brands we love. Do the rules apply the same to everybody?
100% the rules do apply.
VW, I like your product. Don't change my mind.
So now you're speaking about the Crafter. So now I'm thinking about the Sprinter.
competition.
The competition, the Sprinter, right? It's the Sprinter.
Correct, Mercedes
Yes,
Sprinter.
the Mercedes Sprinter that had a rust issue. Was that ever solved?
So again, I always say to their credit, Mercedes did the right thing by my customer. They fixed it up, but there's one other claim that's outstanding that they're refusing to fix up, and that will be dealt with. But a lot of people have come forward, and I believe Mercedes is trying to do the right thing. So happy there.
Okay, but my problem or concern is, why do you need to raise up something before they do the right thing? So with regards to this Mercedes one in specific, are they fixing the issue because you spoke about it on
Correct.
the podcast?
100%. So now, I've always said, and I'll repeat it ad nauseum, the customer is not always right. Nikki, we see it daily. Sometimes the customers try to take advantage, but when the customer is right, they're right, not negotiable. And it's not like we're the judge, the jury, and the executioner, but when the customer's right, it's under guarantee, should not have happened, they couldn't have done anything more to prevent it, honor the claim. That's what irks me. With Mercedes, were they good enough to fix it without us? No. Were they good enough to fix it with us? I'm not going to say they were good enough. We did what we needed to do, and you did the right thing. Irks me.
I have a business proposal. Let's open a company that deals with sex. It would make a lot of money. But I don't care about money.
If I could implore every single OEM, in fact, let's go further, every dealership, every OEM, and every business in South Africa. It doesn't matter if it's not in cars.
Yeah.
Just do the right thing. The easiest way to do the right thing is think like the customer. What would you expect if you were in that situation? When you're the service advisor, instead of being the service advisor, look at the person in front of you and say, what would I expect if I was sitting in front of myself? And again, sounds self-effacing, not at all. Just do what you would expect. Brilliant advice.
Looking for a vehicle warranty? Look no further. ChangeCars has partnered with VAPS SA, proudly powered by King Price Insurance. ChangeCars, the brand the public trusts with good reason.
So, Mike, you actually sent something in the group. You're asking me about a brand, Tata, and funny enough, I responded and said I know nothing. So I'll be
The
learning
first
from
time
you.
ever that he's learning from me about new stuff. I learned from you about all the new stuff.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't know much about the new Tata. Do you know? What do you know?
Let me make it easy for you. Ask me if a Tata is a good buy.
Is Tata a good buy?
Yes, it's goodbye to your money. Historically, that was what they used to say. So Tata has been in the country before. Let's look at brands that have been here before. Cherry came and went and came back. MG came and went and came back. It's like a bit of a theme. We've got a bit of a junk product, didn't work, we'll come back with something better. There's another saying that I love. They say, fool me once and shame on you, but fool me twice and shame on me. If I say to you openly, and I may be wrong, and I'm happy to be proved wrong, because I don't need to be right, but I just don't want somebody to make a mistake because I was wrong. Tata will not do well in this country. It's an Indian brand, so I do believe the subcontinent is behind China. Mahindra is doing well, but they're doing well because they've got the right recipe. What have I got against Tata, if I had to ask you? Do you know?
No idea.
So let's look at a brand, Renault. Who imports Renault into South Africa?
Motors.
Okay. Give you an example in the week. Do you see Motors as, or not Motors rather, do you see Renault as a mainstream brand or a bit left field?
Left field.
100%. Customer buys a brand new Renault 2024. So we're not talking about a 1990s Renault, brand new Renault that's on the market. The driver's electric window fails.
So quick.
Now, yeah. So now his wife's driving the car. I go to a toll gate. I can't put my electric window down. How do I pay?
You'll start opening your doors and stuff.
So now the gentleman is validly concerned for his wife's safety, but he's open to say, listen, it can happen. Give them a bit of time. When did I tell you he bought the car?
2024.
What are we in now? 2025.
Yes.
A year later, Motors cannot get a part for this vehicle. It's on back order. Now the term back order, what does that mean? Again, it sounds like a question answer session. What does back order mean? Ask Toyota what's on back order for them. Do you know what's on back order for them?
A new model, I'm sure. Zero.
Zero. A part is in a car. Can it break? Yes. Should it be available? Yes. If it's not available and I need to order it from France to come via wherever, it's on back order. Close on a year later, he can't get this part. Again, proudly so, customer reaches out to us, send a nicely worded letter to Motors saying, not happy. Miraculously, back order has happened. Why? Again, we said it earlier.
Yeah.
Why does it take somebody being forceful to get the job done?
Yeah, it makes no sense. And if it's like that, if Motors is doing that for Renault, they're not about for the other brands that they import into the country.
100%. So I look at Tata, and let's be realistic right now. We've spoken about the amount of Chinese brands coming into the country. We've spoken about the legacy brands that are here. Is there a need for another new brand?
No.
Okay, so let me make it easy. If there's no need, why do you want to be the guinea pig? Let somebody else be the guinea pig. We always say, who's going to buy a Tata?
Someone that doesn't watch the podcast.
I would say personally, wait. However, for every negative, there also has to be a positive. One thing I love about the Tata, one thing, what is that?
Look or the price. Or the price.
The look, I can't comment on. I haven't seen it in the flesh and no real desire to see it in the flesh, but it will happen. But the price point, is that the right way to say it in the motor trade?
Yeah,
the price point. I believe they're going to come in under 200,000. Do you remember a couple of episodes ago, probably about 10, 15 episodes ago, what did we say that this country needs? A car coming in at what?
Under 200,000 rand.
100%.
So what type of car is the one that's coming in?
A Tata. So,
Like
Tata my chance. What they say?
Like, is it a bakkie? Is it like a small Celerio type, quid type car?
Again, I can honestly say I'll never pretend to know something. I haven't cared to look into Tata just because I do not believe that this brand is going to succeed. Do you remember a car called the Tata Indica? Have you ever heard that name?
Name sounds familiar, yes.
Okay. Datsun Go, you have a rival for the worst car ever imported into this country. In fact, Datsun, you don't have a rival because the Tata Indica was in a league of its own. Shocking. If you closed that door, it rattled when you closed. Shocking, shocking car. So what is going to change? Smoke and mirrors. The Chinese and Indian manufacturers, to their credit, do they make good looking cars?
The Chinese and Indian. Chinese, yes. Indian, a bit on the fence. I'm looking at my Indra. I'm not really a fan of
Fair enough.
the look of my
But if you look at the interiors,
Yes.
I call it the smoke and mirrors effect. They wow you with the tech. It just looks apart. And I think with the Tata, people are going to see that as well. But I buy a brand new Tata today. Motors will tell you the parts backup will be there. Will the parts backup really be there?
No, after hearing what you said about Renault, so
Correct.
definitely not.
Then something goes wrong. It's a new brand into the country. It's just been launched overseas, all these models. Something goes wrong. Tell me what expertise we've got here to fix that.
Nothing. They'll be experimenting with your car, actually.
Experimenting with your car, not my car, your car. But now people often say that we're very pro Toyota. I always use real world examples. Things can go wrong with the Toyota,
Yeah.
factually. However, when something goes wrong, 220 dealers, 55 years in the country, the expertise to identify what is wrong, the ability as an OEM in the country to contact Japan is there. Motus, Tata, are they an OEM or are they importer?
Importer.
100%. I can honestly say to you, hand on the book, would I recommend a Tata? Only to one person, and who's that?
Not one person. Those few people that don't watch the podcast.
Even worse. Somebody's getting divorced and you want to punish your ex. Buy them a Tata.
Wow, Mike. Wow. You also spoke about, or off camera, you spoke about Mazda and what Mazda is doing. Just touch on about that.
Credit where credit is due, and I'm a huge fan. I'll say it again. Craig Roberts, what you and your marketing team are now doing, we raised it at the beginning of the year. Craig and myself met. I have a Mazda. I'm a proud owner of a Mazda. I take it in for a service.
Okay.
How am I getting to work?
Well, because now I know they can give you a car.
How incredible. You own a Mazda under warranty or maintenance plan. You take it in for a service. You're leaving with a car equal or better than what you drive. That is brilliant. I think I drive a Mazda 2. I'd like a CX-60 diesel.
Yeah.
Craig, don't hold that against me. I just wish you and the team so well. Now, something like that, that is absolute game changing. Mark my words, Mazda, you launched it. How long until the others copy?
They are going to copy, but isn't it risky as well?
To offer it, or with them driving your cars? What are you?
No, like to offer it. Like I'm looking at a point of like if like many other brands do it, risky in terms of them. Yes, I leave my Mazda there, but I take another Mazda. Isn't that risky? Especially if you look at it like this: I drive a Mazda 2, I drop it off. They don't have a Mazda 2 at the dealership because it's selling.
Right.
The next Mazda that's around is maybe a Mazda 3, but that's going to someone else. Now there's a CX5 there or a CX60. Isn't that
They're
a bit
giving
risky?
to you.
Then they give it to me.
So I think it's actually very, very clever because for every negative, and I'm not saying you're wrong,
Yeah.
I see a positive. I drive a Mazda 3 or CX3 and I drive a CX5 for the day. What's going through my mind?
You an upgrade.
Craig Roberts, you guys are onto something. Well done.
Looking at buying a brand new car? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Beat My Quote tab because we will beat your quote.
So a question that we always get is in terms of dealerships, where to buy a car? How do you know if this dealership is the right dealership to buy? And we always get those questions. I want you to touch about scam dealerships.
Can you see the smirk on my face? Of course I'm biased. So when I started Change Cars, there was one goal, and that was to make sure that you will never get scammed. How do you do that? You have 5-star dealerships, hence why I say the brand the dealerships deserve and the buyers trust. If I say to you, every single dealership on Change Cars, without fail, is vetted. They've got 4 bank codes, meaning they able to offer finance through Westbank, through MSC, through ABSA, through Standard Bank. They've got to qualify. You said you get a lot of questions just as a matter of interest, obviously, from the public.
Yes.
What are they asking you? Give me an example of what happens. Hi, I bought from a Nigerian.
Well, not exactly like that, but 100% in terms of they're asking, how is this dealership? I bought a car here. Is it okay? They're starting to second guess the car that they bought from the dealership.
100%. So I'm looking for a car. I go online. It can be anything. It can be a VW Polo. It can be a Toyota Fortuner. All I want to focus on is the right price, the right mileage, and the right car. And when it comes to the right car that I found, and I look at the dealership, it's a VW dealership, it's a Toyota dealership. I know I'm at the right dealership. When I go onto some of the competing platforms, I find the right car, right price, right mileage, but Joburg Central, Bramley, etc. So absolutely something we're super proud of. But what else are we super proud of? We've always spoken about service, service, service,
100%.
and best pricing. Where am I going?
Beat my quotes.
He knows my business. Beat My Quote is a registered trademark that is now, on this episode, being launched officially. Very simply, you find a vehicle that you like from a dealer, brand new. Remember, it's got to be brand new because that's why we're comparing apples with apples. You bring us a quote from any dealer that's not on the CHANGECARS website. What will happen?
You're going to better it.
No, sir, we're not going to better it.
Okay.
The right word is we're going to
beat it.
a little bit better. Go one step up. We're going to smash it.
Okay. I was going to say moor it, but I was close.
So I'm not going to mention names, but you go onto the CHANGECARS website, you go to our dealers page, you'll see every dealership group that we work with there. During the course of the show, I'll give you a little hint. We mentioned 2 that we don't work with for good reason. In fact, I'm going to mention it. Motus and Bidvest McCarthy. From A to V, if they sell a product, you get a quote from them, you bring it to us, we will better it. It's about service. We will put you onto a dealership that will offer you better service, better backup, and guaranteed better pricing. Now, better pricing, Nikki, can be on the new car, or what else can it be on?
An old car.
No, the trade-in.
Or the trade-in.
It's got to be a new vehicle,
vehicle.
but the price will be bettered on the vehicle and the price will be bettered on the trade-in. We work with some of the best brands in the country who will evaluate that car for you. Whatever you've got as an offer, consider it beaten.
That's quite interesting. That's quite good. At least there's something for the public now that will motivate them to actually stick on the CHANGECARS website. Now, a question that I have is, if, let's just say, I go to a dealership that doesn't have, that's not on the CHANGECARS website.
Right.
And
That's who we want. That's who we want you to bring us a quote from.
And it's selling, let's say they're selling a Swift, but not a new Swift. Maybe there's like a 5,000 Ks.
Okay.
And then there's a Suzuki that's on your dealer, that's on CHANGECARS website, and they're also selling a Swift, but the price difference is maybe the prices are the same. Can I come to you and be like, can you beat that?
Absolutely. So we call that our concierge product. So it's very, very simple. We want to do business with the public. You ready to buy? You've got a quote. You think it's right. You know what? Run it past us. If it's good, we'll say to you, guys, well done. You know, it can't be beaten. I'm talking about second-hand now.
Yeah.
New will guaranteed be beaten. We will always call a spade a spade. If you've got a great quote, we're not going to tell you haven't and we can't beat it. However, I love the way you take a product and you expand upon it. Guys, he's going to be marketing manager from now on.
Marketing manager for CHANGECARS.
And all things motoring.
All things motoring. A question that you spoke about it off air. See, guys, if you think Michael talks on the podcast, wait until you meet him outside of the podcast. You spoke about windshield. Why windshields?
So the question we received was, a windscreen, does it form an integral part of a vehicle's rigidity? 100% it does. And you know how I know that? I asked a couple of people who do know. Remember, we've said it before. How often do we get a question? I promise you, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know the answer to every question?
Not at all. I wish I did, but no, I don't.
When I don't know the answer, I do one of 2 things. I ask Nikki or ask somebody else. The windscreen of a car, just think about it. It's in a frame, but if you take that windscreen out, that frame is now empty.
Yeah.
Is it weaker?
It's flexible, yeah.
Correct. So a windscreen, I'm not talking about how would I say it, if you put your fist through it, but top to bottom, it's like an egg. If you took an egg like that, you can't break an egg like that, even if it's uncooked. Okay. So
Come on, Mike.
So the average man or woman, normal people, of course, not superstars, but it's very difficult to break an egg like that.
100%.
But an egg like that, you just crush it.
Yeah.
So a windscreen, what I said about putting your fist through it, easy, or a stone. But that way, a windscreen is very strong. So what was the question? Are windscreens being sold in this country, like tires, that are substandard? Easy answer. 3 letters.
Yes.
And we found out. Now, unfortunately, we've often spoken about insurance companies being complicit. A windscreen is part of my insurance product. If the windscreen breaks, my insurance company says, go to ABC Windscreen Repair and we'll fit a windscreen. So now think about this. The windscreen is being paid for by the insurance company. You get an OEM approved product that can cost from 2,500 Rand to 80, 90,000 Rand on a Porsche. And I think about 300,000 Rand on a Lamborghini Urus. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
300,000 Rand for a windscreen. Imagine when that stone chip comes. You hate that truck driver. But I go replace my windscreen and they want to put in a windscreen for 800 Rand. Remember, I don't know what they're putting in.
Yeah.
It's not shatterproof or whatever OEM approved. Are they getting away with it? We believe they are. And the structural integrity of that windscreen, the writer believes is not there. So we'd love the audience to answer us and say, do you agree with the person who asked the question, or is a windscreen a windscreen?
There's one more topic I wanted to actually speak about before we end the podcast. And this is actually your topic. You know, speak about a specific brand of car. What car is this?
Specific brand of car?
Or truck, if I should say.
Okay. So it's well known that Proton and Photon are new to the country.
Yes.
When Proton came in, I was a little bit on the fence. When Photon came in, I was still a little bit on the fence. Photon Truckmate.
What's that?
Guys, I arrived before him and he's asking me questions about the latest launches. It's a 1.2, so call it a 1-tonner, 1.2 ton carrying capacity with drop sides. Watch this later. Yes,
I know what drop sides are.
1.5 litre turbo petrol. I can't work out if it's got 77 or 82 kilowatts because I've checked on the internet. But 140 Newton meters of torque. It looks like a mini Hyundai H1, is it? Or the Kia 2700.
Oh, yeah, that K something. Oh, yeah, I see it.
But think about this. What price is this vehicle coming in at? So it's a brand new bakkie, aircon, power steering, drop sides, turbo engine. What's it coming in at?
300.
You close.
350.
Keep going.
The wrong way.
Yeah, no, but
Oh, 400,000.
At 400,000 Rand, would you say it's good value, roughly?
Yeah, for work. Yeah, for definitely.
Today, I pulled a prank. Half of that. Under 200,000. So talking about 200, the Nissan NP200 is gone.
Oh, yeah.
We need the Nissan NP200. Tell me the Photon Truckmate, brand new. I can't repeat it enough times. Brand new at around 200,000.
Oh, that's perfect for work. You make a lot of money.
So we're going to have the pleasure for our TV show, All Things Motoring, on the 30th of August at Eurotech. We're going to load the vehicle up with a ton of sand again, and we're going to put it up against some serious competitors. We're not going to say who it is because you're going to watch the show. My prediction, and remember, there's no loaded dice here, 200,000 Rand. If a Hilux was costing you 400,000 Rand and this Photon Truckmate was costing you 200,000, be fair to the Photon. You're not comparing apples with apples.
Yeah.
Like somebody said, you could buy 2 for the price of 1. This vehicle is going to hold its own. The NP200, you are missed, but there's somebody filling your shoes. It's called a Photon Truckmate. Can I end the show today with a really feel-good story?
Okay, let's go. I'm listening.
So I arrived before Nikki and I knew more than Nikki today. That's a feel-good story.
Oh,
But
wow.
Is that a cheap shot?
Yes, it is. But it's fine. You can have your time because this is the first and last time that's going to happen.
It's well known that I do a lot of business with the country schools. Hendrik Becker, you are the principal of a school that I have to give an incredible shout out. Have you ever heard of something called the Drakensberg Boys Choir?
You want me to answer that? You're probably going to... No, I haven't.
Drakensberg Girls Choir?
No, you think I know that?
Okay. There's only a Drakensberg Boys Choir. Whether you grew up in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, or beyond, it was an institution that people looked up to. It's a boarding school,
Okay.
private school, but take a guess, a school now. So when you say school, how many people do you think are at the school? How many pupils?
From what grade, actually?
It's from grade 1 to, no, sorry, from grade 7 to matric. It's a high school. I may be wrong, and I'll look at it. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's not starters. I think
Okay. I'm going to say 500.
Okay. Again, you're very, very close. under 70, about 65 pupils.
The whole school.
The whole school. It's in the beautiful Drakensberg. It's a boarding school. So a couple of things that stood out for me. I got invited to the incredible Joburg Theatre to see a concert. Now, the Joburg Theatre, from what I understand, is maintained by the city of Joburg. City of Joburg, if you're doing one thing right, it's a Joburg Theatre. It is immaculate. There wasn't a light that was out. The parking was safe. The area around it was clean. But the concert itself, you've got boys from across South Africa, all colors. I promise you, it is the most perfect rainbow nation. Go one step further. I'm in Swaziland. I'm in Namibia. I'm in Ghana. I'm in Rwanda. I want to come to the school. Can I?
The fact that you're asking, I'm going to say yes.
Absolutely. He knows already. You ask? Absolutely. So to Hendrik and your team, I hope this shout out to you encourages parents who want to send a kid to a boarding school of note who can sing. Did I ever tell you they've got no talents?
You can sing.
No, nothing. No talents.
Oh, I was going to be surprised.
That's why I wasn't going to go to boarding school, and if I did, it was definitely not going to be your incredible school. So to those watching, Drakensberg Boys Choir, you deserve it. Another great podcast.
100% another great podcast. And I can't wait for the next one in 2 weeks' time, as always.
And we will be on 100,000 TikTok subscribers, and that's my story. And this one I'm definitely sticking to.
Michael, let's close the show so you guys can switch off your TVs now. But as always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. Remember to always share with your friends and family. Tell them there's a beautiful podcast, the biggest podcast in the country, by the way. And then, yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time.
Keep it for Change Cars. We are the face and voice of motoring podcasts in South Africa.